This is kind of really offensive on the level that we're disrupting these beloved characters.
There's no innocence. You can't have a moment of just fun without an agenda.
I'm waiting for them to tell us that Scooby and Shaggy shared more than a Scooby snack in that, mystery mobile.
They shaggied up or shacked up.
Well, whatever it was. But what other beloved characters are they going to sexualize next, Laura?
I mean, you knew it was going to happen. Velma of Scooby-Doo couldn't become a lesbian without them absolutely losing it over in Fox. Or maybe losing it's the wrong term. I would say using it to engage in their own fantasies. I mean, after all, this is about Velma being a lesbian now, which is representation in Scooby-Doo. They're immediately pushing that to the side. And now they've got this interspecies sex scene cooked up in their mind where Scooby and Shaggy are humping in a van or something. But see, Fox, this is why I love these changes, because it invites the viewer, draws them in to create their own erotic art in their own minds. Think about how much fun you're having right now, Laura Ingraham. Think about whatever that dude's name is. Think about how turned on you are by the imaginations that you've unleashed. And yet they're mad, Waz, about this woke change to Velma's sexuality or something. What do you think?
My problem with, I understand the idea that a lot of people feel like agendas or whatever are being shoehorned into every corner of society. I really don't think we need to politicize every single thing that we consume. Like, I truly believe that. But when it comes to lesbian, sorry, they're unavoidable. Like, these kids are going to encounter lesbians no matter what, whether they're on Scooby-Doo or not. Like, you can't hide lesbians from people. Like, they're people who exist out in our world, in our society. Like, kids are going to meet them and know them no matter what. So like, this hand wringing over Scooby-Doo, just acknowledging that there might be a lesbian character, like, so what? Like, this is unavoidable, guys. Like, if they were talking about, I don't know, like, remember when there was like these ideas that there were like dudes that were putting like gerbils in their butt or something like that? Like,
I do remember that.
That's not an idea that you're gonna encounter every day in society. Okay, so if they were teaching the kids this, it'd be like, why are we doing this, right? Like, the kids don't need to learn about this, but just that there are women who love women romantically, it's going to come up. It's going to happen whether they see it on Scooby-Doo or not. So just shut up and move on, please.
I don't even have a problem. I don't even have a problem with Velma being gay, obviously. If we're gonna take Scooby-Doo seriously, we should be more concerned about the talking dog. But they did make this the most realistic season ever. The Mystery Machine can't afford gas, so they don't go anywhere. It's bad.
And is the other guy gonna be gay gay? Is the other guy gonna be high all the time? Velma's coming out as gay, kudos to her, but they got other problems on that show.
Wait, would it be the problem if he was gay, or there's this weird Freudian slip of saying gay? They're really confused. That guy at least seemed okay with it. It was kind of a lame joke about the gas prices. When everybody's trying, I'll take that guy over the other people who felt they needed to opine, including Steven Crowder. Take a look at this.
When you have people who are gay or lesbian, which is atypical, and by that I mean, it's always been about 2% of the population. Now it's claimed to be 7% when you go LGBTQ, AAIP, and that includes queer and bisexual, but a very small percentage of the population. So it necessitates a conversation with kids. Well, hold on a second. What is that? Why is a woman making out with a woman? Why are they having a romantic relationship? Because it doesn't necessitate a sexual follow-up question if you just see a man and a woman, because that is the norm.
Right.
It does if it's atypical. Kids ask questions. So I don't think it should be ejected into kids shows. The other thing though is, look, there are plenty of lesbian characters and gay characters. There's not a problem with that, right? The BBC has it as low as references available at louderwithcarter.com. 2021, they said 12% of all US TV characters were LGBTQ. And I've actually seen that number as high as 16%. Let's call it 12, 14%. It's still at least more than double, likely triple that of the pop. There are plenty of gay and lesbian characters. They're just not as popular. So if we're gonna bitch about appropriation, why do you need to take a straight character and make her lesbian? Just go make your own. It's not our fault people don't wanna watch it, just because we don't wanna watch a bunch of cartoon women shop at Bass Pro.
Okay, so he felt the need to not just make a dumb point, but also, again, pretend that he's a comedian or something, and that's where it really falls apart. The numbers that he cited in terms of what percentage of the population, I have no idea where he's getting that from. But the larger point is he attempted to explain, I guess he attempted to answer my challenge. Why is it that one is more sexualizing? He says, because one necessitates a question from the kids that's sexual. Well, first of all, why? Why does that one necessitate a question about sexuality? And let's say that I granted you that it did. You said it's because it's atypical. Is it perhaps that it's atypical on TV? That maybe the reason kids might have questions for the first time is specifically because they have not seen this thing, been exposed to it, had to think about it. So it kind of feels like you're answering your own question. How do we avoid this? We'll just get them used to this, and then it isn't a big deal. But more importantly than that, the thing he wants to avoid is that question. Why? That seems pretty easy. Your answer can be literally the same as about any other question. Those people love each other. They have a relationship. Some relationships have a man and a woman, some have two men, some have two women, some have other sorts of combinations or whatever. It's all love. It doesn't matter.
How I know these people are dead wrong is that the first heterosexual relationship I was made aware of were my parents, and I did not automatically start thinking about them having sex. It didn't happen, okay? And most people don't think about their parents' sex lives until they mistakenly barged in on them one day.
Oh my God.
Doing the hanky panky. So like this idea that people are gonna think of, okay, there's this person who's lesbian, meaning they loves somebody who's a woman. It's a woman loving a woman. That the kid is just gonna jump to sex. They don't do, you don't do that when you're a kid. Like you really don't think that way. It's just stupid. Like again, like when you say, well, because it's just normal. Like that, the man and the woman is just normal, and it's just taken. All right, yeah, kids don't think of their parents having sex. They just don't.